And behold, I'm coming quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to every man according as his work shall be. Revelation chapter 22 verse 12. These serves as part of the epilogue of the Holy Bible, an affirmation given by the Lord Jesus himself. Stories like the parable of the 10 virgins, in which the 5 foolish were left out and the 5 wise went in with the bridegroom, serves as an illustrative picture of this real fact. The signs of events that will occur before this major turn of events in the history of mankind were explicitly laid down in the book of Matthew chapter 24. False prophets, wars, rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, earthquakes, and pestilence. From the look of events, we have exhausted the signs, which signals that the glorious coming of the King is at hand. Matthew chapter 24 verse 42. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. Is this just a fairy tale? Is it real? By the way, how did this all begin? Now a recall of Christ's first coming. Mystery it is for a virgin to conceive. The birth of our Lord Jesus was one beyond biological interpretation. How unbelievable for a king to be born in a manger. I call it humility beyond human imagination. A thing so wonderful was it for God's own Son to come from heaven, starting a ministry that spanned for 3 years, concluding with his death on the cross, resurrecting after 3 days, and ascending to heaven 40 days later. To be realistic, back to our 21st century. Intriguing stories exist like that of the joined hands of a newborn baby in Itagua, Brazil, which was opened by a surgical operation and the inscription "Jesus is coming soon" written on both hands. A story which also had it that the baby died shortly after the operation. Stories like this create a shock wherever they are told, with the fear of hell injecting a threat to man's conscience whenever he sins. Many days have been predicted as the day he will come by talented archaeologists and scientists, but they've all failed on each occasion. Matthew chapter 24 verse 26. Therefore, if anyone tells you, there he is out in the desert, do not go out. Or here he is in the inner rooms, do not believe it. A day it is when no one will be expecting him. Matthew chapter 24 verse 36. No one knows the day nor the hour, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. 2 men will be walking in a field, one will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding with a hand mill, one will be taken and the other left. It will mark the greatest turnaround in the history of mankind. Being closer to this catastrophic cache, we are expected to get back to God, treasuring this moment as if it were our last, and finally await the beginning of the end. Now the great big question is, where will you be on that day? Will you have the battle won or be found wanting? Vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. The world's ever richest and wisest man will always say, nothing you possess today will matter on that day. You will be expected to give account of yourself. Had I known will always be the exclamation of the unrighteous. Heaven or hell, the ball's in your court now. Choose wisely.